I love that you started off with that, just hitting right to the meat and potatoes of it. So we're trying to create a juxtaposition because you have that traditional connotation of strength and surrender. And normally you don't see those two extend together. And like when I was coming up, it was always, tree or death, and there's no surrender and all this kind of stuff. But what I found was I'm in my mid 40s now. And before I kind of went on this transition I've been on the past couple of years, is I spent 40 years fighting everything. Everything just looked like a target. Everything looked like it was something that was attacking me. And I would just run into whomever or whatever was in front of me, just time and time again, until one of us broke. And I'm like, it can't be me that breaks, because this is a life or death situation, is what everything felt like to me. And so much of my self-worth and my value and my ability to be worthy of love was based on my ability to perform. So I was just in this ultra attack mode all the time. And I can just tell you, from doing that literally for 4 decades, it wears you down. And on top of that, it's just not the right approach. Several years ago, around 2017, when I started to make all these big changes in my life and transition to the road I'm on now, what I found was it's a matter of how we understand strength and different dynamic. And the greatest strength that I've been able to exhibit since that time is to surrender into, not to, but to surrender into the issues and the challenges and the complications in my life. It's important to understand what surrender is and what it's not. Surrender in this concept is not giving up or giving in or just going along, but rather it's moving towards your most challenging issues or problems or complications, where they are, allowing them to come into you and to experience them to their absolute fullest, and not to fight them. Because when you fight it, you feed it. By doing that, you understand why you're facing what you're facing and why it's having these impacts that it's having on you. Again, whether it's, you and I talked about before the show, whether it's, porn or drugs and alcohol, negative self-talk, problems with food, problems with relationships, whatever it is. But the most important part of this is, once you've experienced and understand why these things are having these impacts on you, is allowing yourself to release them without them moving you or taking root within you. Remain unmoved by them. And listen, man, I've had a chance to do some cool things in my life. I've been to the top of the world. I've been to the bottom of the world. I've been across oceans and deserts and all this crap. And I'm telling you, the hardest thing I've ever done is to sit quietly with myself and to surrender into these emotions, into these things that I face, and then to release them and try to move past them without them moving me. And that's something that continues to challenge me on a daily basis. And it's just, we have to get out of this connotation of what strength is and the potential insecurities or fears of surrendering into something in order to experience it and to feel it.